Okay. Hi, everyone. We are the Grow 43. Thanks for attending. And today, my classmates and me, I will share our general impressions of each other's places, evaluate their organization and clarity, and explore the methods we used to teach English. Like my classmate Luis, I am going to talk about Sonia's class, and my observation is the following. I think that Sonia's class is very well organized since she begins with a good introduction of the topic, then explains with examples in a short and long way, taking into account the first vowel, and continues doing exercises on the same thing using the other vowels that are missing. The teaching techniques used by the teacher were correctly adapted to the learning needs of the students because it is evident that they feel good in the class and there is active participation, and this shows that the techniques used are right. Also, his tolerance is very high and rewarding since they are always attracted and interested in that they are learning, and because of this, they always want to participate. I suggest to Sunny that she should have a little humor in her class and show a gesture of pride and happiness when her students do things well and long. And along with this, she could use motivational phrases. I think that at the end of the class, the students felt full proof of themselves since thanks to teacher Sonia. And they were able to understand the topic correctly. Furthermore, I think that the students really like receiving Sonia's class, and this is very noticeable. Finally, I should say that I would really recommend it, Sonia with my eyes closed, since I know that she is a person with a teaching vocation and very dedicated and disciplined in what she does. Furthermore, we were able to realize that that his classes are very interesting and most importantly are very understandable. Okay, this is all.
Okay, thank you so much for your feedback to me. So, Kismes, we adult, we are people dedicated to the work we have chosen. So, I share my perception of the class of the teacher in trained Luis Fernando Laguna, who in turn has strengths and weaknesses too. Uh, I will start with the structure. The structure of the contents was clear and well organized. And it uses a simple vocabulary that allows the students to follow without difficulty. And I can see too, Luis Fernando began with a proper warming up, and then when on the explain the subject, the continuous present in understandable and attractive way. Their style was not only visually striking, but it also built trust, making it easier to understand the content. In addition, he knew how to handle the virtual environment very well, using applications such as Educapray to make the class more effective, interactive, and keep a student to motivate. I could also notice that the students felt calm and comfortable thanks to Luis Fernando's charisma, uh, which created an easier environment for learning. Um, However, I think one thing. I think that one of the aspects in which I could improve, I do could improve, is to incorporate more the use of English during the class. As to your Spanish explanation aids comprehension. So that is good. Uh, it would be beneficial if you introduce more English phrases and explanations so that students become familiar with the language in context. No? Um, it is also important that when students make pronunciation mistakes, Christmas Lewis doesn't overlook those moments by telling them that it is okay. No, I think that you must say that it would be much more effective if you took the opportunity to immediately correct pronunciation, thus helping a student improve their ability to communicate in English accurately. In short, I will recommend Luis Fernando as a teacher. I can see that their passion, good attitude, and preparation are remarkable. So it's a good aspect. He knows how to listen to students and make sure that everyone understand. Without doubt, he is a teacher with whom encouraged me. Learning would be fun and effective. Thank you.
Do you want to say something, Luis Fernando?
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you very much, Sonia, for your comments. Once the observation of the video of the college Sonia Jimena Guancha has been made initially, it can be seen that the college prepares the class in advance, develop it in sequentially order, makes now the topic to be discussed to her student, and then begins the class with the first vowel on which she gives some examples and emphasis it is sound and vocalization. He also explains that it is sound and validate when the vowel is found in single syllable words and when it is accompanied by consonant and vowels. It is important to note that Sonia, once she makes the vowel, now with the example, makes the pronunciation and then validates that the students pronounce the words correctly. And in the art corrections, she makes at the same time, it is also highlighted that the Sonia invites the students to participate in the search for words with examples that she wants to put after writing 10 on the board. Again, she invites them to pronounce words and validate if their pronunciation is appropriate. It is evident that in classroom they are interested in the subject and on the part of the teacher in training who is concerned with the teaching learning process of the students through the development of the four language skills. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the recording of the class of my classmate Halila. And so about the organization of the class, from what I saw, the structure of the class was appropriate. The students were made aware of the purpose of the class, and the session was clearly incorporated into the structure of the course. Very good. She presented the topic of the class and then followed a clear sequence of steps to get to the end of the session. And about the presentation, it was clear that she prepared a lot for the class. She used appropriate material. She used visual materials. She used a clear and precise voice. She used the intonation to emphasize where she wanted to show attention and such. So in the presentation, the class was very good from my point of view. The next part is the interactions with the students. I think she has very good interactions with the students. She is always looking to establish communication with the students. She's always looking for topics to ask questions to the students and to make sure that they are paying attention to the class. And she has also kind of like an affinity towards the students. I think she is an experienced teacher, so she can manage the interactions with the students very well, and I performance. The next part is instructional materials and environment. As I mentioned before, I think she prepared very well for the session. She used the appropriate materials. She also made sure that the students had the link in time for the class. She made a virtual class. And also she presented very relevant written and oral exercises. For the content and knowledge and relevance, I think the topic that she chose for the class was relevant. The students showed interest in it, especially in the pronunciation part. The students showed that they were very keen to appreciate the correct pronunciation that the instructor gave them. Then I think the students appreciate the lessons. I think they walked out of the class having reviewed the topic and they appreciated the clarity with which the instructor delivered the class. I think that the major strength of Halila is her performance. She comes out as a diligent, driven, knowledgeable, understandable, and accessible person. She feels comfortable in her position as an educator, which allows her to establish productive relationships with her students. Lastly, I would like to suggest to have a suggestion, and that is to incorporate maybe inductive learning. That is the type of learning that happens when students deduce the rules of grammar, for example. Instead of giving them first the rules, the grammatical rules, they see first examples, and then from the examples, they extract the rule. I think that is an interesting approach to learning, and I think that she has the ability to implement it well. And that is all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Santiago, for your appreciation. Good evening, everyone. My name is Alila Rodriguez. I am English student. My intervention is direct to the class of my classmate Santiago Villarreal. I think you did a good job using interactive dynamics to motivate the active participation of the students. And this strategy is very effective. Like, for example, when you touch your different the body parts for indicated students is cool. Um, as as it facilitates the vocabulary rotation and it makes learning more meaningful and entertaining. And the different dynamics also help reduce the stress of the language for the new learned language, promoting an atmosphere of trust where the students feel comfortable in the participation. And by asking the students to translate and practice the pronunciation, you integrate several language, different skills, for example, grades and the reading and the pronunciation into one activity. Okay, and this allows the students to understand the meaning of words and reinforce their pronunciation, preparing them for the assignment. When they finally class about assignment information, students about an assignment gives them a clear purpose for the learning and motivate them to put in effort in class activities and assigned tasks. This strategy is usual because it allows students to organize their study and practice consecutively. Okay, I think you did a go activity from what I call here. They want you to explain the concepts was clear and agent making it easy for everyone to understand. Also, the interpretation you promoted between participation very valuable as it for its environment and the important the collaborative learning. Okay, thank you, Carlos Santiago.
Thank you very much. I will have in mind your recommendations and your observations.
No, for me it's okay. Your class is it's okay. Um, I think the process the class is according about the grade, about the age the students, and the your process is according. It's okay your class.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chris Smith, for finally, I want to share my opinion about the crash of our Christmate Joanna. So I think that our Christmate Joanna is crash is very well organized since when administering the class, she introduced the topic and then write the personality, adjectives, and teaches the pronunciation. If I need to make sure that her student understand the topic, listen to each student, participating and pronouncing each adjective. It is evident that Joanna uses the non-linguistic method. Since her craze focused on the studying learning correct pronunciation through repetition and oral practice. Due to this, I think that this method adapts to needs of the student because it's evident that at the end of the class they had very few pronunciation errors. That is, they did learn and the grace was effective. It is noticeable that the studying feel good about their grades since they seem motivated and have active participation. That is good perspective. Since a good environment of truth has been created where there is not fear of speaking or participating in the class. And good interaction is noted within of the classroom. Due to the above, I think that Joanna would be a good teacher, because since she knows how to handle her students, and she also always takes their emotions into account and always says motivational for the student, and it is always says a motivational response when the student respond correctly. So thank you, Joanna, for share your class with us. College, thank you for your contribution. All of your contribution are really very influential in our learning. So I wish that we can encounter in other meeting. So see you next.
Goodbye. See you.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Casimir.
Everyone.